Hello, how's everyone doing this beautiful evening? How are you all doing? As you come in, say hello so I know that you are here. Let me make sure that everything is set up and going smoothly. Now let Facebook catch up with us real quick. Okay, all righty. So as you come in, say hello so I know that you're here and see me clearly. Again, I'm Dr. Shalandia, and today is another episode of CEO Chronicles. Yes, so as you come in, say hello. I'm going to give Facebook a moment to catch up and send me an audience. So as you come in, say hello. As you come in, say hello. As you come in, say hello. Hello, as you come in, say hello. Hello, Pastor Philippe. How are you doing today? How is everything going with you today? Trying to make sure I got everybody in here. How is everybody doing today? As you come in, say hello so I know that you are here. As you come in, say hello so I know that you are here. Make sure I got my comments pulled up here. All righty, all righty. Got everyone connected. Again, I'm Dr. Shalandia. I am a business strategist. And what I do is I help ambitious entrepreneurs show up as their most authentic self so they can be productive in life and their business. Okay, okay. Thank you for showing up. We'll just leave it back. Oh, okay. Awesome, awesome. I am wonderful. I am wonderful. I'm not going to hold you all long today. Just as you come in, say hello. And if you can and will, please share this out to your other business buds or someone else you may know that may need this information. Today's subject is, are you ready to double your productivity? Yes, we're going to master the mindset of high achieving entrepreneurs. Hello, Ms. Buchanan. How are you doing today? Today, we are going to master the mindset of high achieving entrepreneurs. I know the subject that we're going to discuss today, a lot of people may be experiencing this now or may have experienced once upon a time, but we're going to go over it today as a chronicle, and we're going to make sure that we are productive in everything that we do. Okay, okay. As you come in, say hello. I see we got an audience. I see people are coming in. So I'm assuming that Facebook is sending this out to everyone that needs to get it. And if not, you guys, please don't forget to like, tag, and share if you know someone else that might need this information. So again, I'm not going to be before you long today. I know you all may have busy schedules, so I just want to come before you all this evening and talk about how to double your productivity. Now, I know there may be a lot of things going on in your life, but as you come on in, just say hello. And I would like to welcome everyone to this live transformation today. You know, my sessions are live. And you know, when you come in here, you're going to need to bring your what? Your pen and your paper. That's right. You're going to need to bring your pen and your paper. Why? Because I like to bring you transformational items that you can do the work on yourself. And today's subject is to double your productivity. So as you're coming in, make sure you got your pen and paper together because we're going to go over some transformational processes and strategies that's going to allow and help you to become more productive, okay, in your business or in life, okay? So as you come in, say hello, so I know that you're here, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, I would like to welcome everyone to this live transformation session for ambitious entrepreneurs. I am thrilled to be here with you all today as we embark upon a journey to shift your mindset from being overwhelmed and procrastination to an entrepreneurial powerhouse of productivity. So, is there anyone here that may be or have ever experienced overwhelm, or you may have been dealing with procrastination today? We're going to go through a process to show you how to get over that because a lot of those things lead to other downfalls, which allow you to not be productive. And that's what we want today. We want to be productive in life, and we also want to be productive in our businesses. So again, you guys, I'm gonna reintroduce myself. My name is Dr. Shalandi. I'm a business strategist. And I like to help entrepreneurs show up online as their most authentic self in life and in business without being afraid of what other people may think of them. Okay. So again, you guys, you all know I'm a serial entrepreneur. For those that know me, I know we wear many hats, okay, as entrepreneurs. Many of us wear many hats. We have to take care of our homes as well as our businesses, right? As you come in, say hello. I see we got more people joining us. So as you come in, say hello, so I know that you're here and I can shout you out. Okay. So I know many of us wear many hats, right? And most of the time, our work life balance is not in alignment, right? With the way we foresaw it, we perceived it to be one thing. And guess what? As we begin to embark upon this entrepreneur journey or in life in itself, it became overwhelming, right? It became overwhelming. So today we will be acknowledging overwhelm and procrastination. Those are two of the killers that will actually take you out of productivity. Okay. And if you're in business, you want to be productive, right? And even in life for your family, you want to be productive for your household as well. So the things we're going to go over today are going to be very transformational. I need you to like and share this out to many people that you know that may need this information. And go and get a pen and paper because we're going to be taking notes today because you know I'm a teacher first. And it's like I like to make sure that you are getting this information. And the main thing is once you receive this information, that you're able to go and you are able to go and put this information to work. Okay. I want you to go and put this information to work because that is the way you're going to be productive. Okay. So let's get started. So let's start by acknowledging the feeling overwhelmed and procrastination. Okay. They are common challenges in our entrepreneur path. Okay. Can you relate to acknowledge that feeling overwhelmed and procrastination are common challenges on our entrepreneur journey? Because a lot of people don't understand when you wear many hats like that, so many things. I know, Pastor Felicia, you're a pastor, and you know, you got things you got to go on at home. If you have a job, that's something else. And then on trying to have a business, you got all those things going on, right? You wear many hats. You know, as individuals, we wear many hats. And those things can become overwhelming in itself. So one thing I want you to do, I want you to define what is overwhelmed. Okay, because I don't want to be talking about one thing. You may have a different definition in your mind about what is overwhelmed because we're dealing with mindset today. We want to shift you from one place to another. Okay, so overwhelm is actually defined as being buried or drowned beneath a huge mass of something. That means you are under something. Okay, you feel or feeling overwhelmed happens when you are overcome with intense emotions. Okay, when you agree that this could either be negative, such as stress, anger, whether it's positive, such as joy and gratitude, right? So overwhelm can be so many different things, but even though it can affect you positively or negatively, we want to know that constantly feeling overwhelmed can cause a negative consequence like feeling unhappy, losing confidence in yourself, or even having difficulty making decisions. You know, the week before last, we talked about making decisions, right? When you're overwhelmed, it's hard to make effective decisions because you got so much going on in here, whereas you're no longer to make those effective decisions. And then those things can actually make you overwhelmed, and then you can start procrastinating, right? You can start actually procrastinating on things that we don't want you to start procrastinating. We want you to be effective and we want you to be productive, right? So we're going to go ahead and get in the nuts and bolts of this information here. So this can be either negative or positive, like I said. So I want you to think about this. What are some signs? What are some signs of being overwhelmed? Think about that. What are some signs about being overwhelmed? Mr. Sammy, could you not come on here and do this on here? Okay, do not come on here doing this, Mr. Sam. Okay, so what we're going to do is, what are some signs of feeling overwhelmed? Okay, heaviness in your chest. Okay, heaviness in your chest. That means you got too much on you. You're carrying a lot, right? Increase in heart rate, or either chest pains. Come on, you start having headaches. You start having shortness of breath. You become dizzy. All these things are part of you feeling overwhelmed, feeling tired. Okay, feeling depressed. Okay, that's just to name a few. Okay, that's just to name a few. Right, heart rate increase. Exactly, exactly. These are things when you begin to feel fatigue. Exactly, exactly. That's when you know you're feeling overwhelmed. But a lot of times we don't like to acknowledge those things. So today we're going to acknowledge those things because those things also affect your productivity because you can't be productive if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling fatigued, you're feeling depressed because these things actually lead to illnesses, right? You end up having to take medications for these things, and which is totally out of order. Why? Because most of the time we don't know how to say no, and we take on a lot of things that we don't need to be taking on, right? Okay, so hey, Miss Alice, how you doing? That's right. Anxiety attack. That's the number one getter, that anxiety attack. Come on, we start breathing funny. We start having all these anxiety feelings going through our body. And next thing you know, what we're doing, we're going to the doctor and we're asking for things like for anxiety. Come on. Our pressure goes up. It's like we take on so much, and guess what? Our body is not housed. Our body is not housed to take on all that frustration, to take on all that overwhelm. And next thing you know, we on medication just like that. Because either we didn't say no or we didn't know how to address not to become overwhelmed. So today we're going to go over all that. And another thing besides overwhelm comes what? Procrastination. All these things come into a big collaboration when you're not being productive. And we need you to be productive in life, and we need you to also to be productive in business. So we're going to go over that today. So let's talk about procrastination real quick before we get into the nuts and bolts. Now, when we say procrastination, procrastination is where you delay or postpone an action. You know, we've all did that. Who've actually ever procrastinated on anything? I know I've done it, right? We've all procrastinated in some form or fashion. We postponed something until a later time because we just didn't want to do it, right? We just did not want to deal with it. So we did what? We put it off and we procrastinated, right? So some might even say you may be lazy. Hmm. Now, I have a different conception of being lazy and procrastination. I think those are two different concepts, okay? I do not agree that they're the same. I believe there are two different concepts. Why? Because procrastination actually involves delaying unnecessarily. You just keep putting it off. That's just procrastination. You are delaying unnecessarily. When you all agree? Whereas laziness actually involves being reluctant to exert necessary effort. You just like, you know what? Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. That's just what? That's just being lazy. I know people like they are hard workers, right? But there's certain tasks. Most of the time, we procrastinate on what? We procrastinate on those things we just don't want to deal with, right? So we keep putting them off. We keep putting them off. Like we need to wash the clothes. We need to do this. We need to do that, right? We keep putting it off. That's procrastination. That does not mean you're lazy. That just means you just don't want to deal with that thing at that certain time. You delay it, right? That's procrastination. And then we say laziness, it's just like you just reluctant to do it. Like get somebody else to do it, like I said. Right? Now we're going to elaborate more on this subject because I want us to understand the difference between being lazy and procrastination. And I want you to also understand what is being overwhelmed. Because a lot of times we take on a lot of things in life, in business, our work-life balance is just all shook up. It's not in alignment, but it's all shook up. So today we're going to acknowledge some things. And as we begin to acknowledge some things, we're going to realize that, okay, you know what? I have been overweight. Okay. There are some things I can do better. So I won't be overwhelmed. So I won't be on these medications unnecessarily because I begin to take on too much, right? We don't want to say no to our family or friends or whatever. We just take on everything, especially as women in our household, right? And I know, Pastor Alicia, you a pastor, and I know Miss Edison, you do your businesses, you got things you got going on, right? It can be overwhelming, right? As you come in, say hello, so I know you're here, so I can acknowledge you, okay? So I thank you all for showing up in yourself today, because you know I have a big theme with showing up. Showing up shows me that you're ready to make a change and make a transformation in yourself, in life, and your business. Because if you don't ever show up for yourself, guess what? No one else will. And you will not be able to show up and do the things that you need to do for your life and your business, because you never know who may be waiting on you, right? There are so many people out there that may be waiting on what you have as an individual. But what we do is we sit back, you know what, I don't want to get on here today. But you just never know who may show up for you. It might be somebody on here tonight, this evening may show up for something that you may just actually need. You know, like I tell people, you just never know who's waiting on you to show up and who you may need that is showing up. So if everybody's showing up, guess what? We all on one accord and we can make this thing happen. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to acknowledge overwhelm. We are going to acknowledge overwhelm. Now, many entrepreneurs experience overwhelm due to a multitude of tasks. When you say a multitude of tasks, you may have a lot of responsibilities and also decisions being involved in running a business. There are a lot of decisions that we have to do in running a business. You can say, Pastor Felicia, I am preaching, I am practicing, I'm practicing on selling boundaries and balances. Yes, to prevent being overwhelmed. Exactly. That is a good thing, Pastor Felicia, because I want you to know that is a good practice. Why? Because when you start acknowledging it, see what happens is what we do is what we be in denial. We be in denial. We don't address it. When you know when you become overwhelmed, you just feel like when you don't want to deal with anything, that's letting you know you are becoming overwhelmed. And you can't just throw in the towel. Why? Because you are needed in your home, you are needed in life, period. You are needed in whatever business ventures you might be having going on, right? You are needed. You are a detrimental part of society. You are a detrimental person that is needed in your household. So we can't just throw in the towel when we feel like it, right? We have to acknowledge it. And so that's what we're going to do this evening. We're going to acknowledge overwhelm, right? Like I said, the different multiple tasks we have to do, responsibilities. We have to make decisions. Come on, that's involved in running businesses. This can lead to what? When you have all that going on, being overwhelmed can lead to stress. Come on. It can lead to burnout. Come on. And a sense of just being constantly behind. If you don't, am I the only one? Sometimes you just feel like you just constantly behind. Like, I did not do that yesterday. Like, I had 20 things on my list. I took care of those things and I still got some more things I got to do. Come on. Those things can become overwhelming. And we have to learn how to acknowledge when too much is too much and enough is enough. And that's a right sickness. Come on. Come on. Sickness, period. Because we take on so much. And then guess what? Who will take care of us when we get sick? Come on, everybody ghost. Everybody gone. You looking like where everybody went? Everybody was calling me with their problems, with their situations. But now that I've become overwhelmed and I didn't acknowledge it, why? Because I kept allowing those things to happen to me. Now you sick. Now you got to go get medication. You got to go get checked out. You got anxiety. You got stress. You depressed. And guess what? No one is to be found. You have no one that you can turn to. And that lets you know then those things that you took care of and that you took time out to do, they could have waited. Come on. Come on. They could have waited. Because just like they didn't have time for you, you have no one you can call. And that's the thing about being a leader most of the time. You got no one you can call. Nobody but Jesus. Come on here. You got nobody that you can call. But when everyone else needs you, you show up for them. And that's when we got to realize as leaders, as wives, as pastors, as entrepreneurs, there are some people we may just have to say no to. Okay? Because when we get burnt out, we get stressed out. Come on, that's it. Okay? So we have to know when to say no. So I want to let you know that it's okay to have those experiences. It's okay to be overwhelmed because a lot of times we don't like to acknowledge this in the workplace. We don't like to acknowledge these things. Come on. I want to let you know that feeling overwhelmed is not a sign of weakness. Come on. It's not a sign of weakness, but rather a natural response to the demands of life and also the demands of being an entrepreneur. Those things you can't get away from, but we just have to learn how to manage those things. We have to learn how to say no because a lot of times there are some things that only we can take care of, right? You know how we do in a household? There's only certain things that we can take care of before they be taken care of, right? But as an entrepreneur, there are things you can train others to do around you to take care of those things. You can take those tasks off. What do we say here? I've been praying for balance too. Okay. See what I'm talking about? I know this is going on in the workplace and in life. Ask God to strengthen you. Yeah, to strengthen your nose. That's right, Pastor Felicia. Ask God to strengthen your nose. We have to learn this because if you don't, you will get taken out. Next thing you know, you're over there at the hospital, and guess what? No one is in the hospital but you. You can't call nobody. You can't get an answer from nobody. It's just you in the hospital, right? So we have to learn how to say no. Ask God to show you how and when to say no. Because some things we don't have to do. Come on, some of the time we just don't want nobody else to take care of mess it up. You know how we do. We don't matter. We know they're not going to do it like we do it, right? So what we do is we go ahead and take on, and we get overwhelmed. And now, boom, we got a whole plethora of things that have to be done. And we don't have enough time in the day, right? We don't have enough time in the day. So guess what? Now we stuck with doing all these tasks. So we got to learn how to manage our time effectively. We got to learn how to say no. We got to know when to say yes. Come on. There are things that can't be done by no one but you. That's different. Those things we know we have to do. But we have to learn to release some things to other people that may be around us, whether it's in our business, whether it's in our household. This is me. This is me. That's right. Uh, Miss Priscilla, that's right. Come on. We got to learn how to release some things. We got to tell people no because they will take you out of here. Literally take you out of here. So we have to learn how to say no when it's needed. Because like I said before, there are some things that we don't have to deal with. There are some things that can be put off to a later time. But you know what? People will bring their situation to you like it's an emergency. I need help and I need it now. Like Gigi Woodward, I need help and I need it now. No, we can put that thing off to the next day or the next few days, right? Because we know we got to start setting goals for ourselves. We got to start setting those things in place for ourselves so we can be productive. Come on. How you gonna be productive if you worn out? You can't be productive if you're worn out. If you're taking care of everybody else's business now, you worn out and they're going willy nilly. They're looking like da 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 da. They're willy nilly, right? They're going on with their everyday life. Because guess what? They downloaded everything to you. You're the one that housed everything. Come on, that's not healthy. Come on. Not only is it not healthy on your body, it's not healthy on your mind. Okay? Because we are only built to house so much. But we just try to be we Mother Goose. We there for everybody. We try to help everybody in life and our business, but we got to learn how and when to say yes and know when to say no. Okay? That's right. Yes, you got to set boundaries. We talked about that last week. You got to set boundaries. And if y'all been missing any of the other sessions before tonight, please go back and look at the other lives that we did. I think this may be week 8 or week 9. I've been doing, look, I done lost count now. I've been doing it every week for the past pretty much 2 months now. It's adding up. And I want to share that with you all because I want you all to be productive in everything you all do. I want you all to be successful. I don't want you all to have setbacks that are unnecessary. Because sometimes we do have unnecessary setbacks, whereas most of the time we just don't have anyone to give us the right information, right? Or we may not be in position to go get someone to help us with certain situations, right? So what we got to do is we got to start showing up effectively because we never know who may need us. We never know who may need us. And I thank you all for joining us this evening because I know that there may be someone you may know that you can like, tag, and share this information with because in life can be overwhelming in itself, right? And don't have other things you're going on, don't have a ministry. You got life, you got a household, you got a ministry, you got a business. That's 4 hats. That's 4 hats. And imagine if you got several tasks from each one of those different things. That can become a lot because we just don't like to tell people no. But guess what? The hospital gonna tell you no when you go and sit down and they get you locked up in the hospital and you be hooked up to their machine. Guess what? It's gonna be no. They're not gonna reach you then. You're not gonna be able to help them then. So don't put yourself in a predicament whereas you got to be hospitalized to get rest. I'm gonna say that again. Don't put yourself in a predicament where you got to be hospitalized to get rest. Come on. Because when all said and done, everybody else is going on their everyday. Come on. They going on their everyday walk, their everyday thing they do. And you hospitalized, and now it's like, wow, how did I get here? Because you didn't know how to say no. You didn't know how to turn down things. We got to learn how to figure out, God, give me the discernment of what to take on and what not to take on. Because it's so easy to get caught up with other people in their situation. We forget about the things that we have to take care of. Now we're overwhelmed. Come on. Now we're not getting things done. We're not productive. And guess what? Now we're procrastinating. Yes, we just defined what procrastinating was. Now we are procrastinating. We're putting off things for ourselves. Come on. There are things, that's why I tell people self-care is so important. Because if you don't take care of you, I tell people you only got one you. You got only one, come on, you got only one Pastor Priscilla. You got only one Pastor Felicia. You only got one Alice. Come on. And everybody that's on here, there's only one you. Come on. If something happened to you, guess what? The day gonna go on. It's gonna continue rolling just like you was never there. It's gonna keep moving. So don't allow everybody else. Come on. We neglect ourselves all the time. All at one time, I'm finding myself saying, see, that's right, that's right. Come on here, let's see what y'all talking about. Come on. Blood pressure, see what I'm talking about? Pastor Priscilla, see what I'm talking about? Pressure up now, dealing with folks. Come on. We can't allow them to take us out now. Come on now. We can't allow that to come on, neglecting self. Come on. At one time, I was finding myself staying up late nightly, but thank God he brought me to my sense to get myself in bed at a decent time. Come on. We do it all the time. I know you work a regular job and you got a business as well. Miss Eden, you got a business as well. So you got a lot of things that we carry and we wear so many hats, right? And it's so easy to get caught up in life and get caught up with other people. So we have to be mindful. People will continue on. Come on now. Girl, you better don't make me throw something over here at you. Come on here. While you sick and confused. Come on. Come on here. You gonna hold up. You gonna make me pull out my fan. I was trying to bring out my fan today. Come on here. You gonna make me pull out my fan. I don't know how to use it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You better say that and say that again. Come on, you be over here sick and frustrated and tore up and they going on with their everyday life. And you just got all this, you discombobulated. You just confused, you just got so much going on. Come on, pull it out. Come on. You gonna make me come on here. You gonna make me pull out this fan. I can't even do it right. Come on here. Come on. You gonna make me pull out this fan on y'all up in here. Come on here. Help us. We got to be helped. We got to get some form of control, some form of work-life balance. Come on, because I'm one too. I'm a visionary. I have so much going on in here. Come on, so much going on in here. I have to realize we have to know when to shut it down. Come on, we got to shut it down. Because if we don't shut it down, our body's gonna shut it down. And now we shut down somewhere we don't need to be shut down at. Come on. And guess what? Everybody going on with their everyday life just like you never shut it down. Come on. They enjoying life. Come on here. What did you say here? They enjoying life, but we sick from, come on, catering them. I'm going to submit. Come on here. You better submit to God. You better know what to say. Come on here. If they get mad, oh well. If they get mad, oh well. Because guess what? They're going to be mad if they ain't going to be mad if you're hospitalized. Come on. You got to go get on some high blood pressure medicine because you're dealing with other people and their issues. Come on here. Y'all better say something up in here. You can't allow other people's frustration, their issues take you out. And I see too many people like just taking care of people. And that's when you know you've been taken out and they're going on willy-nilly like ain't nothing ever happened. Come on. They just like that's like healthcare people. When people take care of people. You next thing you know, they taking care of somebody, they hospitalized, they was actually taking care of somebody, and that person's still living. They going on to glory. Come on. You was helping take care of them. You going on to glory, and the person you taking care of still sitting back here. Come on here. Because you stressed yourself out with overwhelm and frustration and depression and overwhelm. You got so much going on with you, and that is not healthy on our bodies. Come on here. That is not healthy on our bodies. For life, as an entrepreneur, or whatever. Come on here. We got to get some work-life balance in here. Come on here. We got to know when to say no. Tell them jokers no. Come on, just like that. No. We have to be honest with ourselves because we know when we're overwhelmed. Come on, we know, but we continue to take on more and we continue to take on more things. What you say here? I'm trying to get into bed now. We got to go to bed. Come on here. It's 7:43 Central Standard Time. Come on here. You got to get you some rest. Come on. We have to do that for ourselves. I'm telling y'all. If this ain't helping nobody, it helps me, myself, and I. Because I have to realize that as well as an entrepreneur, as a serial entrepreneur, there comes a time when you got to shut it down. Come on. You got to shut it down. Come on. Because when it's all said and done, everybody else is going on. They going to bed and you still up. Come on. They still up. So we got to know when to balance it out. We got to know when to balance and how to balance. We got to ask God for direction. God, give me wisdom on who I need to deal with, what I need to deal with, how long I need to deal with it, or even if I need to deal with it right now. Because a lot of things we take on, we don't even have to deal with them right now. Come on. They can be put off to a later time. But we say, I got to get that did. I got to get that done. I got to get that did. No, it can wait. We got to understand that wait process too. That can wait. Okay? So we know how to acknowledge. We have to acknowledge. The first one is what? We have to acknowledge overwhelm. Come on. Some things we have no control over, you guys. I tell my husband this all the time. I ain't got control over, so guess what? I can't worry about it. Come on. If I can't control it, I can't worry about it. We put too much on ourselves, on our bodies. And you go to the doctor, guess what? They can't find nothing wrong with you. Because it's not dealing with that part of your body. It's an inner part that's dealing with a lot of other ailments that's coming on because you're taking on so much. They're not going to find anything wrong with you. Come on. What's wrong with you is that we're taking on too much. That's what's wrong with you. So what we have to do, we have to learn how to say no. We need to learn how to put out things that can be put off, right? And we have to keep it moving. Come on. We have to keep it moving. Things may not always go as we plan, but that does not mean that those things can be put off to a later time. And we have to learn how to do that work-life balance because we don't have control over other people. We may call somebody, well, we need this to do, this person do this for us. And guess what? They tell you no. Come on. They tell you no. But we were like, oh, can you come? They come calling you with their life problems. And we take it on. We sit there, we listen, we take it on. No, we have to learn how to say no. Or we got to learn like, look, girlfriend, let me call you back. Let me call you back. Sometimes we just don't need to answer our phone. Come on. Sometimes we just don't need to answer our phone, period. Because you already know some people, and I thank God for that I do that. Some people, God will give you the discernment on. Some people, you just don't need to answer your phone. Because you know it's going to be a whole big situation. It's going to be a whole big situation. And now you got your situation, their situation, everybody's situation that you're dealing with. And think about it, if you don't deal with it immediately, some things, when they come and dump on you like that, you have to go to bed with all this stuff on you. That's not healthy either. And you wonder why you're having nightmares and dreams and all this stuff. Because you got so much you've taken on. You got so much you've taken on. And our bodies, again, are not built to take on all that stuff. That's too much. That's too much. And then most of the time we deal with we eat and we eat and we eat. Guess what? Now you know you're gaining 10 pounds dealing with somebody else's food. Come on here. Because you got so much that you're dealing with. And so what we do, most people turn to food. Come on. And now you up late, what you doing? You eating. And next thing you know, before you know, you got 10 pounds popped up. You're like, where that come from? Because you've been sitting up thinking and eating and thinking. Come on. We got all this stuff going on with our bodies, y'all. And I'm not being funny, but I'm definitely serious. We got so much that we take on that we don't realize the detriment of what it's doing to our bodies. It's tearing our bodies up. Come on, can I throw a towel through this phone? Come on, I got you. Hold up, Miss Alice. Come on, I got you, girl. Hold up, I got you. Come on, we're gonna make it happen today. Come on here, we all need to get us some fans and just pop them. Come on, we're gonna pop them. Come on, there's some things that we deal with that we don't have to deal with. We got to tell them jokers, no, I don't answer your phone. Come on. We wear too many hats, and a lot of them are hats that we allowed to be placed on our head. They didn't have to be placed on there. Okay, so that was the first one we talked about, you guys. Overwhelmed, acknowledging being overwhelmed. So I need y'all to do that this week. I need you to acknowledge when you're being overwhelmed. What we got here? Miss Alice said, "Can I throw a towel through the phone? You are too funny. You talking to me? Come on here. Come on here. Come on." So this week, we're going to do what? We're going to acknowledge overwhelm. When you acknowledge it, that means you're going to see it and you're going to do something about it. Okay? You're going to see it and you're going to do something about it. You no longer going to allow people to take advantage of your time or your mind or whatever. Okay? I don't care who it is. Some people you just can't answer the phone for one. And two, there's some things you just don't need to address immediately. Some things, like I said, can be put off to a later time. Okay? What you saying, Miss Priscilla? Girl, wear 10 heads. Got to take them out. See? That's too much. Come on. That's too much. Too many hats. And I know we wear them because we feel like no one else can get the job done. But there are some things that we have to realize that we don't have to do them all immediately. Come on. There's some things we may have to put off to tomorrow. Come on. Some things can be put off to tomorrow. Okay. And what needs to be taken care of, we just have to manage our time more effectively. Whereas those things can get done, they can get done effectively. Because remember, if it's not productive, it makes no sense. Come on. If you're not being productive, it makes no sense. You have to be productive. You have to be productive. Okay. That's this whole process of what we're talking about tonight. Being productive. Or you are to double your productivity tonight. That's what we're talking about. Being able to double your productivity. We don't want you to be so overwhelmed that you get nothing done. And most of the time, that's what happens. Okay. But tonight, starting tonight, what we going to do? What we going to do? We're going to acknowledge. Come on here. We're going to acknowledge when we're being overwhelmed. And we're going to do what? Come on. We're going to, come on, fan. We're going to get some things together. Come on here. We're going to get some things together. We're going to acknowledge it. And we're going to say no to those that need to be said no to. Come on. And those things we need to do, we're going to do those things. But those things we don't need to do, guess what? We're not going to do them. We're going to put them up to another time. And we're not going to procrastinate. Because those things that we need to handle, we're going to handle them. But a lot of times they may not need to be handled immediately. Okay? We're going to acknowledge it. We're going to take care of what needs to be taken care of at that moment. And those things that do not need to be taken care of by you, guess what? We're going to learn how to be facilitators. Come on. We're going to learn how to be facilitators. What you don't need to touch, you don't have to touch. You're going to pass that thing on to the next person that has nothing to do. Because see, you're going to notice there are some people around you who ain't doing nothing. Come on. They're not doing nothing. But they are great facilitators. Come on here. They're great facilitators. Can you do that? Okay, no, but you can. I'm gonna need you to. Oh, come on, I'm gonna need you can. Come on, we ain't no facility. Come on, we're gonna learn how to get some of those things off of us and give it to those who are doing nothing. And we're not gonna worry about if it's done right or wrong or not. Come on, there are some things they have to learn. They're gonna have to learn how to do. And guess what? We're gonna have to trust it to be put in their hands because they're gonna have to learn how to do it. Come on. We got here. That's right. Just say no. Just say no. We are not going to address everything. Come on here. We're not going to address everything immediately. Come on here. Come on. We're going to need to know when to say yes and when to say no. When to address it and when not to address it. But looking upside the wall, don't come on here. While we all come on. You're gonna make me tell this thing. I can't get this thing. I'm going to come on here. Come on here. They sit up there looking upside the wall, and you sitting there around like a chicken with his head cut off. Got everything going on. It makes no sense. Come on. Come on. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got to release this, y'all. For real, we got to release some of this stuff off of us and do what we can do. And what we can't do, we have to keep it moving. Come on. We have to keep it moving. We just went over one, y'all. We just acknowledged overwhelmed. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do the second one. The second one is we're going to acknowledge procrastination. Okay. Now we say what is procrastination? Procrastination is when you delay or postpone an action or put off doing something until a later time because you just won't do it. And a lot of times we should have been procrastinating and we would. Come on here. We should have been procrastinating, but we won't. So what we're going to do, procrastination can be a significant barrier to productivity. So those things that we need to do, we're not going to put, because they're, like I told you, we got to start setting boundaries. We got to start setting those things in order. Today, like with myself, one way I do this, I set a list before I go to bed. And that way, before you go to bed, you send a list of everything you need to do the next day. Of least 5 things. 5 things, at least. Like Priscilla said, she has so many things. She wears 10 hats. Come on. You stressing yourself out. 5 things. Make a list before you go to bed of 5 things that you need to do the next day. And as you complete those 5 things, then you add on. But don't add on and you haven't completed those 5 things yet. Because see, that's where we mess up and get overwhelmed. Because we're still adding and we're not removing. I'm going to say that again. We keep adding, but we're not removing. Because we keep, those things keep coming at us. They keep coming at us. And what we do, we take them on. We take them on. That's why it's overwhelmed. It's taking over us. Okay? We have to move on from that. You can no longer allow that thing to take you out. Again, if you don't take control over it, guess what? It's going to take control of you. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't take control of that thing, it's gonna take control of you in life and in business. Okay? In life and in business. What Mr. Buchanan said. That's right, you gotta release it. You gotta release it. Because guess what? It's all said and done. If it's not done, it's not done. Come on, set a list. Come on, set a list. Make a list the night before you go to bed. If you got a list of things you need to do, make a list. That way you won't forget them for one. And then the thing about it, this is something else, this is another strategy I use. When you make that list, list those things from the most important to the least important. Okay? From the most important to the least important. Of at least the top 5 things that you need to get done the next day. Okay? Guess what? If they call you that morning, guess what, babe? You ain't on the list. You ain't on the list. I can't deal with you today. You got to be on the next day list. Come on. Unless it's life or death, you can't be on the list today. I already got my list made out for today. Come on. Those things I need to take care of from the most important to the least important. Once those things are done, then you can start adding on. But what we do is we add on before we release those things that's on the list already. Okay? We have to learn how to move on. Procrastination. Come on, come on. We cannot allow ourselves to be procrastinated because there are things that we do need to do and we don't do. Why? Because we done took on things from other people. So we're putting out what we need to do for ourselves, and we're doing what we're doing. We're taking on other people's actions. Why we do that? Why we do that? We're not doing the things we need to do for ourselves. We're procrastinating on the things that we need to do for ourselves, but we take on a list from other people's situations, and we're working on their list. Why they do that at? Come on. We have to get beyond that. Come on. It's time to move forward. Come on. We're in the last quarter of 2023. There are things you need to take care of in life. There are things you need to take care of in your home. There are things you need to do in your business. Come on. Make a list. If you got to make a life list for your household, you got to make a list for your business. Whatever you need to do, it needs to be written down. It needs to be etched in stone. I know there's some things that you can't promise yourself of because some things are just come up on you just like that, like a whim, right? It just happened. But with that thing, again, you got to make a decision then. Can I wait to do this? Come on. Can I wait to do this? Let's say here. Yes, move forward, move forward. Great way to balance. I'm going to try doing a list. Yes, yes, ma'am. Try doing a list. Come on. Let somebody come and bring something to you, or if things happen, because guess what? Things do just happen. Things happen to us all the time that were unexpected. You know, those unexpected things that come up in life? That's okay. You look at that thing and see if it's something that can be done now or could it be done later. Okay? So we got to start prioritizing. Prioritizing. Put it in the comments. If you're on here, put the word prioritizing in the comment section. We got to prioritize our list from the most important to the least important. If something come up immediately, you may have to put some things down. Come on, you may have to put some things down on your list. That means some things may have to come off. Some things may have to come off that you thought to be important at that time, but something important came up and just shook you off your whole process, and now you got to add that to your list. Come on, prioritizing. If that thing had to be put on that list, that means something needs to come off. Come on, something needs to come off. Because remember, you are only one person, and we all only got 24 hours in a day, and we're supposed to be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep a day. And you know we ain't getting it. Come on. We should be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep, but we ain't getting it. Because how you think your body rejuvenates? How you think your body replenishes itself? Through rest. And you wonder why your equilibrium is off. You wonder why your metabolism is off. You wonder why your body is going through all that and why you're gaining so much weight and why you're thinking it's off, why you forget. Because you're not getting enough rest. You're not getting enough rest. So you got to prioritize your day. Come on, don't let other people be in control of you. Don't let others be in control of your work-life balance. Come on, you be in control of your work-life balance and you prioritize what needs to be prioritized. You be in control of that and don't let others be in control of that for you. Okay? The third thing was normalizing challenges. Entrepreneurs sometimes feel isolated or inadequate when dealing with these challenges. Think that everything else has it figured out. Thinking that everyone else has it figured out. It doesn't matter. Come on. Entrepreneurs sometimes feel isolated or inadequate when dealing with these challenges. It's okay. We all have challenges. Come on. And don't let people make you, this is another one. Oh my God, I gotta put a fan on this. Oh, we get this together, we get the fan together before it's over. Don't let people make you feel bad about not helping them. Come on. Don't let them put guilt on you because you said no. You know, most of the time when they're real close to you, you begin to feel guilty because you said no. No, ma'am, Pam, it ain't happening. Don't allow that guilt to come on you because you said no. Okay? We need you to reset. Come on. Reset. Come on. That's my word for the last quarter. Reset. It's time for you to reset your life, reset your balance, reset your entrepreneurship, reset your businesses, reset life, period. This last 4 months of this year, 2023, reset. Come on. And I don't know why, like we try to reset in January. No, ma'am, Pam. Don't reset in January. I need you to reset today. Come on. Start resetting today. Make your list out tonight for tomorrow. What you need to do, what you don't need to do, what needs to be put off for a later time, it needs to be put off for a later time. What needs to be done now can be done now. If it can wait, it can wait. And don't let people put that little guilt trip because put that guilt trip on you because it didn't happen the way we want it to happen. Mm-mm. No, ma'am, Pam, it ain't happening. Mm-mm. Reset. Reset this last quarter of the year. I need you to be focusing on resetting your life, resetting your business, resetting your thought pattern. Come on, prioritize. We got to prioritize. What comes first, what comes first, come first. What does not make the list, guess what? Does not make the list. And be okay with it. Come on, we have to be okay with it. And don't feel guilty because that's another thing as a parent, as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, we feel guilty sometimes when we have to say no, right? Because, we want to help everybody. That's just how it goes. We just want to help everybody. But we got to learn how to say no because if we don't, our bodies will start telling us no. So, yeah, so we have to balance that thing out. Okay? So, I want to stress that these challenges are part of your journey. Come on. These challenges you're experiencing with whomever it may be with, those things are part of your journey. Come on. These challenges don't come in a package wrapped in a bow for certain people. Everyone goes through these things. Come on. A lot of successful entrepreneurs, even well-known figures, have openly discussed their struggle with overwhelm and procrastination. So don't feel guilty because you may be experiencing those things. And it's okay to have someone you need to talk to. That's going to be our next one. Number 4, empathy and support. Empathy and support. Come on. You may hesitate to seek help or support when dealing with overwhelming frustration. You no longer need to hesitate. Come on. Tell me, why do you think entrepreneurs or people in general hesitate to seek help or support? Come on. Why do you think they hesitate? Put in the comment section. Why do you think entrepreneurs or people in general hesitate to seek help or support when it comes down to overwhelming procrastination? Come on. They're concerned about control is one. They're concerned about control. You want to be in control of what you need to be in control over. Some things sometimes we as people, we got to realize we don't need to be in control of everything. Come on, we just got to be honest with ourselves. Some of us just want to be in control, and guess what? You don't need to be. Come on. Entrepreneurs, why? Because entrepreneurs are typically in control of their businesses and decision-making processes. So we'd be afraid to release that to someone else. We'd be afraid to release that job duty to someone else. Come on. You may fear that seeking help could mean relinquishing some of what control you may have, leading to decisions that may not agree with you. Come on. Those concerns about control. Well, you may feel like, wow, they made that decision without me. Yes, and sometimes someone around you may need to make those decisions without you. That way they take those things off of you. You no longer need to be in control. We be honest with ourselves. We have to think about that. Did I take on all that because I wanted to be in control? Come on, be honest with ourselves. Come on, nobody know you better than you. There are some things that you may feel like you had to do because no one else was going to do it. Come on. Another one is fear of vulnerability. Most of the times, entrepreneurs are often seen as confident. Come on. As resilient individuals. Come on. Admitted to feeling like you're overwhelmed or that you're struggling with procrastination can make you feel vulnerable, expose you to judgment from others. It's okay. Judge me. Judge me. Guess what? You feeling good about yourself. You're in your right mind. Come on. You got peace. You're not stressed. Come on. We have to be okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say no. It's okay to let people know, I'm sorry, but I just can't do that today. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. So those were two things, fear of vulnerability and concerns about control. Come on. And the third one will be lack of trust. Trusting someone else, like you said, trusting someone else, whether it's a mentor or coach or an advisor with your business concerns and challenges that can be difficult for as an entrepreneur. It be kind of hard. But you got to have someone else that you can go out to, that you can seek, that you can reach out to help you get through this process. Come on. You may worry about confidentiality or effectiveness or support that you may receive. It's okay. Come on. Find someone that you can seek. Find someone that you can get help from. Find someone that you can talk. Because sometimes, as that person that wears many hats and take care of everybody, who's taking care of you? Who's taking care of you? Come on. We got to think about that. Who is taking care of you? Okay. So those were three things when it came down to actually dealing with empathy and support. One was lack of trust, concerns about control, and the fear of vulnerability. Come on. Come on. Y'all have any questions thus far for me? We're talking about being able to acknowledge overwhelm and procrastination. Is this some good information for y'all this evening? I hope there's some things that make you all think, to make y'all put y'all thinking hat on, so you can think about how to manage your time better and how to manage your processing and setting up your daily tasks so you can have work-life balance. I hope this information is helping you, because as a person, as a mom, as a wife, as a pastor, as a business leader, come on, we got to have work-life balance. So why? So we can be productive. Because if we're not good for ourselves, we are not good for anyone else. Okay? That's what this whole process was, this whole thinking that I had you all going through this evening was about. Come on. So you can be productive. We need to be productive. I'm glad I helped you, Miss Edie. I'm glad I helped you. I'm glad I helped somebody on here. I'm glad this information is helpful, because we have to think about processing of information, processing of tasks. A lot of times we don't think about things. We just say, yeah, we don't even think about it because we so quick to help, you know? And most of the time, the people that we're helping, they know that. That's why they be so quick to ask you. I know I can depend on Miss Alice. She never tells me no. I know I can depend on Pastor Felicia. She never tells me no. I know I can depend on Miss Buchanan because she never tells me no. They depend on your yes. But who can you depend on? Come on. Who can you depend on? So again, seeking someone for support is something good to have in your arsenal. Okay? So I'm not going to hold you all long. Is there anything else that you all may have concerns with, or something else that you may want to discuss based on what I've said this evening? Based on what I said this evening, y'all know I'm a teacher. Y'all know I got to review. Y'all know how we do. I hope y'all was taking notes this evening. I hope y'all was taking notes this evening. We actually, the first thing we did was we acknowledged overwhelm. Okay, come on, put it in the comments. The first thing we did this evening was what? We acknowledged overwhelm. We got to know when to say no. We have to learn not to take on all those things. Come on. We have to learn not to take on as much as we take on. We have to learn how to not to take on as much as we take on. Because some things are not as important as others. Come on. Come on. We got to get some rest. We got to get some sleep. Because if we're not productive for ourselves, we're not going to be productive for anyone else. Okay? The second thing we did was we acknowledged procrastination. Come on. There are some things we cannot put off. Come on. There are some things that we may have to do. We got here. TJ said, great information. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing up as well. Come on, I depend on God. Come on here, Mr. McKenna. Come on, you better depend on him. Come on here. I've learned these principles over the last couple of years. Awesome, awesome. That's great. That's great. So we have to learn. Come on, we got that knowledge overwhelm. We got to know when to do what we do and when to do it. We got to know these. We have to acknowledge procrastination. We got to know when to say yes, when to say no. We got to learn how to do what needs to be done. We got to prioritize some things. Come on. We don't need to throw everything away, but there are some things that need to be done by you. And there are some things that do not need to be done by you. Okay? And the third one was normalizing challenges. It's okay to have challenges. Okay. So don't think you're by yourself. So it's okay to have a challenge, but we just need to know how to deal with those challenges. Okay. So don't never think that you're out there by yourself because you're not the only one that are having challenges. And the fourth thing is what? Empathy and support. Come on. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Don't hesitate to ask for support. Come on. Because again, those people that are coming, bringing you all those things to do in those tasks, they're sitting, most of the time, they're sitting over there crossing their legs and they're sitting over there looking at the moon, the stars, and the rain, everything. Come on. And you sitting back here trying to figure out how you're going to take care of everything. Okay? You're trying to figure out how you're going to take care of everything. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close out. If this was some good information, come on. If there was some good information, put a heart in the comment section. If this was some good information this evening for you all, put the hearts in the comment section so I can know that you was actually here and this was some productivity for me this evening. Remember, we got to be productive. Come on. So does anyone have any questions for me? Was this information helpful today? Do you think you can acknowledge when you're feeling overwhelmed? Come on. You can address it and you can deal with it. Come on. You can address it and you can deal with it. Come on. You can address it and you can deal with it. Come on. I want to pray that all is well with you all this evening. And all I want to do is thank you all for joining us in this transformation journey. I hope your mind went through a process. Your mindset has been shifted, whereas you have been transformed in your thinking this evening. Remember that your entrepreneur mindset is a lifelong investment. Come on. It's a lifelong investment. Come on. Keep nurturing it and watch your productivity soar. Again, keep nurturing your mindset, and I need you to watch how your productivity soar. Okay? Watch how your productivity soar. If you found this session valuable this evening, don't forget to like, share, and tag a fellow entrepreneur who will benefit from this mindset shift we had this evening. And together we can achieve greatness. Okay? And until next time, you guys, I need you to stay focused and keep moving. Bye for now.